Hey, we're gonna try this again. I hope you're still out there. We're trying this all over. Square one. Hope I didn't lose y'all. Are you still there? Are you still with me now? You're all gone, huh? Everybody went away. Anybody with me? Oh, Miss Bria. Hey, Robert Burke. Happy birthday. We were on earlier, but things went shithouse. Nice to see you. Welcome aboard. Hey, no problem. Hope you like the tribute. Just a little something we threw together here. Nice to see you too. You know, yeah, I was talking about something earlier, but things got all fucked up, so I'm gonna go back to it. I was talking about the EPA and the shit they pulled. They they issue permits to companies that tell them what the level to which they can pollute. These are factories and power plants, you know, and if you live in a community where one of these exists, you or a community organization can appeal to a board at the EPA and have that permit reduced or you know have it stopped from being issued to the factories or the power plants or whatever, or at least you used to be able to. And so now the EPA has stopped the right of these organizations to appeal these permits. And not only have they stopped the right to appeal the permits, they've decided that these factories and power plants can apply for permits to allow them to increase their emissions. So now they can pollute at even higher levels. Thanks to the guy that sits in the Oval Office. That's because the head of the EPA is a former lobbyist for that industry, you know. For the energy industry. So like so many people currently in the government, they're former lobbyists for the industries in which they now represent. And I don't know, this just doesn't seem to me to be the right way to swing things. But the main thing I wanted to talk about today is what's going on in the government and the scientific community, because you know this administration is anti-science. as evidenced by uh, their attitude towards the environment and the fact that the guy in the Oval Office thinks that the that windmills cause cancer. But the United States Department of Agriculture is being attacked. The scientists under the science group, the economic research group of the Department of Agriculture has just been decimated by the federal government. They were given a month to decide whether or not they still wanted their jobs, basically. They're headquartered in Washington, D.C. Well, just outside of Washington, D.C., and have been since their creation. And we're talking 400 some odd people, these scientists, and these people take care of the whole farming industry, Department of Agriculture. They determine everything scientific and everything, all the economic research as well, and everything, and determine what affects the farming industry. And they haven't had a lot of good things to say about what this administration has done economically to affect the farming industry, such as the tariffs and how that's affected the farming industry. And so now this attack has occurred, and what they've done is a month ago, in the middle of June, they were told that they had until July 15th to decide whether or not they wanted to move to the new headquarters in Kansas City, Missouri, or lose their jobs. Because that's where the new headquarters was. So they weren't going to be in Washington, D.C. anymore. They were moving the whole operation to Kansas City, Missouri. As of August 1st, you're going to be in Kansas City, Missouri. You got to make up your mind by July 15th, because we got to know by then. So they got together and they said, holy shit, that's not a lot of time to decide. Let's organize, let's form a union and see if we can't fight this. There must be something we can do. So the employees, these scientists got together, they formed a union, and nope, didn't help. There's nothing they could do. Tried to fight this, didn't help. So some of these people have hardships, health problems. One of them has MS, multiple sclerosis, and they've been under treatment by a team of doctors. So they applied for exempt status. Couldn't they just stay with the agency? Because the whole agency isn't moving. Just this economic research group and this scientific group, the economic research group. There's 400 some scientists. This department is moving. Okay, we want you in the middle of the United States. Okay. And so they said, no, you got to move too. And there's another person who's undergoing chemotherapy. and they made a written request, and they said no, you can't. You can't come either. You can't stay behind either. You got to come too. And the thing is that if they don't go, if they lose their jobs, they also lose their medical benefits. So here's people with health problems who, of course, lose their jobs, lose their medical benefits, even if they get another job. These are people with pre-existing conditions, and then what do they do? You know. So July 15th is come and gone now. Over a third of the agency, with a third of these scientists have already quit. And sorry, this is a tough story. So some of the House Democrats have gotten together on Friday and wrote a letter to Sonny Perdue, who's the Secretary of Agriculture, and they want answers as to why it's necessary for these people who have asked for exemptions, why they've been denied, how many of them there are, who they are, and why this entire move is necessary, considering that it's less than 2 weeks now before the move is to take place, and the facilities to which this move is to transpire don't even as yet exist. They don't even have a location to which these people are to move. Okay? There is no place for them to go in Kansas City, Missouri at this point in time. So even if they stay on, there's nowhere for them to go. So in other words, the federal government fully expects them all to fucking quit. Hello, Brian. Welcome aboard. Existing means you pay more or be denied. Exactly. So, I mean, this isn't the only area I mean, now, the entire scientific area of our government is under attack under this administration. Let's Let's talk about bees and birds and bats and butterflies. Excuse me, but I gotta do this. These are the creatures that pollinate the plants that feed us. Fruits and vegetables and nuts. You know what? Let's take a toke. I need to straighten my act out here. I know it's all about giving it to big business. You're right, Brian. Our government is so jacked up, running their agenda while people suffer. It's so wrong. You're absolutely right. Well, what they're doing now is unconscionable, and we're all gonna fucking suffer for it. Yep. 75% of what we consume in fruits and vegetables and nuts pollinated by bees. The rest by birds and bats and butterflies. Now, under the Obama administration, he formed a special task force. Okay. It was a task force to protect pollinators. Okay, so pollinator protection task force. And it's now been disbanded for budgetary reasons. All right. And that means that bees are no longer protected. Okay. They, along with bats and butterflies and birds. Okay. These animals are no, these creatures, they're animals too, I guess. These creatures are no longer protected. Okay. Look out. Okay. In addition to that, they've expanded the use of a pesticide that is particularly harmful to bees, and a pesticide that the EPA, even under this administration, says is particularly harmful to bees. So they're trying to fucking kill us, you know. It's all about the buck with these people. It's seriously all about the buck. And it's got to fucking stop. I mean, it seriously has to fucking stop. I don't know if we just have to get out in the fucking street like we used to do, or what, you know. It worked in the 70s. Let's go back to the street, for Christ's sake. If that's what we have to do, it's what we have to do, you know. I don't know, of course it put Nixon in the White House, but maybe to get this guy out, you know. It's worth a try. Let's toke up some more. Care to join me? Hi, Buster. You coming up here? No, I guess not. Just took a walk by. So I don't know. I I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, we lose all the bees, we lose all our food. You know, we can't just eat meat. Well, of course, we lose all our food. All our animals lose their food too. We're a dead planet. And the guy in the Oval Office won't have any place to spend all that money he doesn't have. I'm convinced the only reason he won't show his taxes is because he doesn't have any money. Doesn't want people to know just how fucking broke he is. Movements need leaders. Not many leaders left standing. Feel the burn, Brian. We still got Bernie Sanders. He's a good leader. He could lead this country. Feel the burn. He's a good man. We never would have gone into Iraq if it wasn't, if it was up to him. No, Medicare for all, free college education, free daycare, free preschool. Think about free daycare. If you're a single mom, you got kids, you got a job, most of your money goes to paying somebody to watch those kids while you're working, and to rent, and to health insurance, okay? And if you're going to school part-time, what the fuck money you got left? You know? What are you gonna do? Now, if those kids, if the preschool, okay, and the daycare was taken care of, and your education was taken care of, and your health care was taken care of, oh, he's still got a chance right now. I feel the burn. Don't forget, he's raised more money than anybody, and he's done it without a single fundraiser, okay? It's all grassroots, okay? It's all single donor, okay? No big corporation donations. It's all individual voters. Those are voters out there giving him money. Those are people who are gonna go to the polls. Those are individual voters. Don't pay any attention to the polls you see. Pay attention to the people who donated money. Those are individual votes. That's what counts. People going into the voting booth. Feel the burn. It's going to happen. Wolfpack. It's Brian. if they didn't build bombs and guns for 1 year, we could rebuild the economy and country. Hope he returns, but I think third party will be eliminated again before elections. He's not third party. He's a Democrat. He's running as a Democrat. He'll be the Democratic candidate. He's going to blow them all out of the water. He'll beat a man. And we're signing off. Oh, 420 is coming up in just a few minutes here. So brace yourself. I'm half tempted to start a fresh spliff. I think that's a swell idea. Let me just burn the end off of this thing. Get down to the goodies. There. So, he had not heard he was running Democrat, maybe then. Yeah, he's running as a Democrat. Yeah, there's some debates coming up, July 30th and 31st. He'll be debating the night of the 30th on CNN. There's 10 Dems debating the 30th and 10 Dems debating the 31st. Check it out. Working to be self-sufficient. You think them nominees are working for Trump? They're handing him the re-election without even trying. Seems to me that's what they want, or they wouldn't keep pressing forward with idiots as nominees. Bernie's not an idiot. Bernie's the man. Feel the burn. You know, when everybody thought it was outrageous last time in 2016 when he talked about Medicare for all, and now they're all up there talking about some kind of wild Medicare plan. Medical plan that sounds an awful lot like Medicare for all. You know, so it's not so outrageous now. You know, to have government health care isn't so outrageous. So I think we're about at 420 here. I'd say we spark this sucker up. Care to join me, anyone? Yeah. Don't forget about the bud of the week there, folks. Space Monkey. Rather tasteless. He couldn't beat Hillary because they fixed the fucking thing. Check your history. They fixed the fucking thing. They said in advance that regardless of who won the primaries, that Hillary was going to be their candidate anyway. They didn't give a shit. They'd already decided. The DNC decided she was their candidate regardless. That's what I mean. They screwed him last time. He has no choice. It's a two-party system. You can't buck the fucking system. It's the only reason Ross Perot never got elected. He was a great candidate. He took 19% of the vote. He took more. He took a higher percentage of the vote than any. He fucked George H.W. Bush out of the election. Clinton would never have gotten elected had Ross Perot not run. But I say, as an independent, he has no choice. I mean, he can't possibly win. I mean, it's always going to be a two-party system. The third party never stands a chance. You know, you know what else I want to talk about? I want to talk about this bigotry shit that's going on. You know, this shit going on with these four young ladies, and this ass that sits in the Oval Office, and this crap he posted last weekend, and this rally he held, this Hitler-esque thing, and the chanting and all of that, and then him denying how, him saying that he stopped the chanting right away when we all know that he didn't, that he let it go on for almost 15 seconds, and which is a long time for chanting to go on. If you listen to chanting, okay, it's a long time for a crowd to shout, okay, over and over again like that. That's a long time, and let's pick one out again. The reason he's doing this, is because he has no platform to run on. He has no medical plan. Okay, I mean, all 20 of them fuckers standing up there on the platform at these debates has some kind of a fucking medical plan or another. He doesn't have a medical plan. He's a racist. That's obvious. Okay, although you got Mitch McConnell. Okay, here's a fucking senator. He's was Senate Judiciary Committee, right? Head of the Senate Judiciary Committee, who says Trump is not a racist, but in 2015 he called Trump a what was it? How did he put it? A race baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. Okay, so I don't know how far you want to take it, but in 4 years' time, he's now so far up Trump's ass he's got a brown ring around his neck. So it's truly amazing what this man has been able to accomplish in such a short period of time. I just can't believe it's so, history's repeating itself, and it's not a good part of history that's repeating itself. Okay, it's just on this side of the Atlantic. Okay, and it's 70 years later. 80 years later, I guess. Yeah, 80 years later. And if people don't sit up and take notice, and shit's, I mean, shit's gonna get fucking bad. Uh, Not like it ain't now, but shit's gonna get bad. I mean, this is a democracy, and if we don't look out, it isn't gonna be. Somebody's got to stand up to this guy, and I don't see anybody doing it. You know, and this go back where you came from thing. I wanted to say something about that. The EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. Okay. Okay. I could I could probably talk about this weed some more, but there's really nothing more I can say about it. Doesn't have a lot of flavor. I guess it has a buzz, but it because I'm pretty buzzed. That's the only reason I get. I'm okay now. Okay. What the EEOC, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, says that if you were to say that to an employee of yours, or if one employee were to say that to another of yours, that's that's a racial slur. That's okay. That's a violation. Okay. Not that these women are employees of the president, but in the workplace, that would be considered an offense. So, I mean, he's saying he's not a racist, but those are racist remarks. Have I seen Lost Dog lately? Yes, I have. Yes, I have, and he's doing fine. Things are still fucked up with his problems, but he's doing fine. You know, he personally is doing okay. But I really can't say much more than that about it. Still not wearing purple. Let me put it that way. Of course, next time he does, you'll see him. Next time he wears purple, I'll have him on the show. How's that? That's a deal. That's what I'll do. Be in Chicago sometime next week. Cool. Will you be in Custer Park sometime next week? I'll meet you at the keg. We can have a Heineken together. You just drive south on I-55 and you get off at the East River Road exit. Isn't that what it is? No. You get off at the Lorenzo Road exit. And then you, get off at the Lorenzo Road exit. And then you turn left. And you go to the frontage road, turn right. And you take the frontage road till it ends. And then you go to this stop sign. No, wait, and then you go 2 You go to the next stop sign, and then you turn left, and you go to the you'll go to the red light. That's Route 53. You go through the red light, and it's a like tar and chip road. You take that all the way to the next stop sign, and then you turn right, and you take that all the way to the next stop sign, and then you turn left, and you take that around the big turn for about 2 miles, and the bar will be on your left. It's that simple. I need to get that.
Say, or you can just get a hold of Lost Dog and he'll bring you out.
Yeah, you can hold the Lost Dog, and he'll bring you out to the bar. I'll buy you a Heine. Custer keg. Custer's keg, I think it says on the sign. Because it's Custer Park. Keep prodding until I say hi. Oh, till you say hi. Okay. Well, I just made a mess of my pants. Not a mess in my pants, a mess on my pants. I smeared wet ashes on the front of my pants. Not a good idea. So, I don't know that I have anything else to talk about today. I think I'm gonna say goodbye. So, have fun out there, and hopefully see y'all next week. And just remember, there's for some reason I got LV email wrong, but found a phone number. I'll send them a message. Okay. Uh, remember, there's nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. See ya.